Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Kasturitilakam lalata patale Vakshastale kaustubham Nasagre navamauktikam karatale Venurkare kankanam Sarvange harichandanam sulalitam Kanthe cha muktavali Gopastri pariveshtito vijayate Gopala Chudamani. We are seeing Bhagavad Gita chapter 7 and we saw the third shloka Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Bhagavan says that rare and few come to me. Why is it that rare and few come to me? First of all, very few people have moksha ichha. Very few people want to come out of this entire cyclic world of birth and death, birth and death. People are very happy living their life. Even in sorrow, we look forward to the happy days. And even in happy days, we are worried that the happy days are going to go. But we never make the inner adjustment that what do I need to do for lasting joy? We are caught up in artha kama pursuit. And we miss out on dharma and moksha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. In these four purusharthas, kama and earth takes over. Desire and the acquisition of wealth and objects and children and grandchildren and taking care of lives after lives go away. So that's why Bhagavan says, Kaschin mam veti tattvataha. Not very many people come over here. And even if, let's say, somebody has a desire for moksha, they don't know where to go. They don't know who to approach. Who do I follow? How can I trust a person? So these are even more pressing issues. Then how do I know that this person is not going to take me for a ride? So to find a guru, and that too, a guru according to what our shastras say, Shrotriya Brahmanishtha, Somebody who has studied Shastra well and the one who lives according to the vision of the Shastra and has the anubhuti required. Some people have anubhuti and they don't have Shastra background. Some people have Shastra background and they become arrogant and don't have anubhuti. But to find the rare combination of Shrotriyatva and Brahmanishtha, this is a rare combination. So many people say, you come to me, I will tell you exactly what you need to know. Then, that's why, in our Hinduism, in our Vedic parampara, we have darshan, Advaita, Dvaita Sampradaya is there, Vishishta Dvaita Sampradaya. And these are called darshan. It is a particular thought process. Like I've been trained in Advaita darshan. So even if I see a movie, I see it from the lens of Advaita. If I see a picture, I see from the lens of Advaita because the niti, the sampradaya is very important. Samyak pradadate iti sampradaya. Very well given and very well received by the student. I remember when we were studying Vedanta and when we were graduating, the Swami, one senior Swamiji came and said, now 25 years, don't read Dvaita, don't read Vishishta Dvaita, don't read Shuddha Dvaita, just stick with Advaita. And I was thinking, why are they saying this? But I had great faith in that Swamiji. So I said, I don't understand why he's saying that. But you know what? Let me just follow. So I followed what Swamiji said. 25 years, I didn't open any textbook. I stuck with whatever 68 textbooks we studied in the Vedanta course. And I just stayed to that. If it were not taught, I didn't open it. And I gave myself such a great blessing by doing that. I cultivated a thought process which I would not have cultivated. So I feel so blessed that I found a glove that fit, and it took me on this journey of self-discovery. And today I sit in front of you. My whole family is devoted to Pujya Gurudev. And that type of Sharanagati to find in a Mahatma who teaches both as a Shrotriya and as a Brahmanishtha, that is difficult to find. And that is why Bhagavan says that in hundreds and thousands of men who set out on this journey, one rare Kaschin over here, Kaschit Yatati Siddhaye, and Yatatam api Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Vetti Tattvataha. So, this is a glory of knowledge. And the glory of knowledge is the knowledge itself has so much inbuilt self-protective mechanism that unless if the teacher is ripe and pure and the student is equally the caliber of this guru, this vidya uh, transference will not happen. And here we have Bhagavan Krishna on the chariot and Arjunji, who has brought bhagya of so many janmas to hear this. Continuing, shloka number 4 to shloka number 12. This is now the main portion of this chapter. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu mano buddhirev cha ahankara iti yam me bhinna prakrutirashtadha. So Bhagavan is saying, now, I talked about yesterday 3 things. Shuddha Brahma, then I talked about Karana Brahma, then I talked about Karya Brahma. So Shuddha Brahma is the absolute which never, never, ever, ever manifests. This absolute existence, consciousness, bliss, which is the very substratum, which ever is, and it ever was, it ever is, and ever will be. This Nirguna Nirakara Brahman is the support. Now over here, Bhagavan in his teaching says, Bhumihi, then Apaha, Analaha, Vayu, and Kham. These are the 5 great elements. Starting from the grosser most. The grosser most he mentioned first, Bhumi. Bhumi, we are sitting on Mother Earth. Bhumi. Apaha, 3/4 of this planet is water. Then Agni, fire element, without which this Brahman will never exist. Surya Bhagavan is this great fire element. Continuously, we are basking in the fire element, and our body, the temperature itself, we are kept at this heated temperature, and when the doctor pronounces the body is dead, the heat element is gone. Agni, Vayu element, gone. Water, it starts disintegrating, all 5 elements. And then space. So Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayu come, and then after the 5th, the 6th, Mana, Buddhi and Ahankar. Mind, intellect, and ego. These 8 things put together over here, Bhagavan says, Binna Prakruti Rashtadha. This is the 8-fold creation. This 8-fold creation, Bhagavan mentions. I have more to say about it, but we will see a couple shlokas and then I will talk about it. Continuing, the next one, shloka number 5. Apareyamitastvanyam Prakrutim viddhi me param Jiva bhutam mahabaho Yayedam dharyate jagat. So now Bhagavan in this shloka says, Apare, apara iyam itaha. So yam, these which are just enumerated, which the eight ones, the eightfold, the five great elements, mind, intellect, and ego, these eight, apara yam etam, all of these are lower. It is my lower prakriti. Apara yam itaha. Uh, then Bhagavan says, Anyam prakrutim viddhi me param. And other than this, there is a higher prakriti. And what is the higher prakriti? Bhagavan says, Jiva bhutam he mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. What Bhagavan is saying is, one is a lower prakriti, and then there is a higher prakriti. And the higher prakriti is because of it, all of these multitudes of jivas are alive. Each one of us, we are this fantastic equipment put together. Five elements at the level of the body, mind, intellect, and ego. This complete equipment, it is lower prakriti, Bhagavan says. And when it is saying that, when Bhagavan says that it is lower prakriti, what Bhagavan means is it is Karya Brahma or Karan Brahma. But other than this is my higher, which is Shuddha Brahma. And that Shuddha Brahma is the spark of divinity, the spark of awareness which enlivens this. The eightfold created world, starting from Pipi Ilakanta Tanushu, starting from a little ant, all the Brahmadi Stamba Paryantam. From Brahmaji all the way up to this little ant, Prota Jagat Sakshini. Starting from Brahmaji, the creator, all the way up to this little ant. And what ant? Even the bacteria which is there in the idli mava ferments it. And hundreds and thousands of bacteria in our gut. Someone enlivens them to do what they do. This is what Bhagavan refers to as we can slice a mouse or stain a bacteria. We will never ever be able to see consciousness. Many doctors have done brain surgeries, heart surgeries. Nobody has captured this consciousness. Many think it is a product. So many thought processes are there as to what is consciousness. Our Advaita Sampradaya comes and says it is nothing but Satyam Jnanam Anantam Anandam Brahma. It is pure, pure consciousness. It is so immaculate, it is so pure, it is so divine, it never manifests. But without its divine touch, the Prakriti cannot be. It is the holy touch of this consciousness which brings this entire system alive. When a person dies, the same equipment, it doesn't function. That is the higher. And this lower is Bhumirapo Nalo Vayu. Now, when we say para and apara prakriti, we will see some differences. What is the difference between? You can make a little table to mentally understand. You can put Shuddha Brahma, and Shuddha Brahma, you can say para prakriti. And then apara prakriti, underneath you can put Karan Brahma and Karya Brahma. The cause and then the effect. And I will explain this cause and effect. This creation in Purusha Suktam, it is said, Pado o yasya vishwa bhutani tripada sutam. 1/4 of this creation is in manifest, and 3/4 is in unmanifest. And that unmanifest is known as Karana Brahma. Because in due time, it will be the cause for manifestation. So, the first one is Shuddha Brahma is Chetana Vastu, Chetan. And this lower is Jada. One is Chetan, the other one is Jada. Chetan meaning it is conscious, and Jada meaning it is insentient. It is inert. The second thing is the Shuddha Brahma is Nirguna. It is without gunas, without qualities. And on the other side, the lower Prakriti is Saguna. It is with gunas. The Trigunatmika Maya, which is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So we can say that the higher is Nirguna, the lower is Saguna. Then the higher is Nirakara, without any form, and the lower is Sakar, it is with forms, Savikar and Nirvikar, Nirakar. Then the higher is Swatantra, it is independent. But the lower is Paratantra, it is dependent upon consciousness. It borrows consciousness for it to express. The eightfold Prakriti by itself cannot. That's why in the fifth mantra, it is said, Yayedam Dharyate Jagata. Because of it, this lower is upheld. So this is there. One is Satchidananda Swarupa, and the other one is Trigunatmika Swabhavaha. It is born out of the admixture of all different, each one of us. We have very unique personalities. Same parent giving birth to two children, they are polar opposites. Prakriti Bhed. Difference is born out of this gunas of the Prakriti. One child will be a sattvic child, going to bed early, waking up early, and the other one will be like a nishachara, up until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and sleeping up to 11, 12. What to do? Prakriti Bhed. Differences. So these are the differences. And the Shuddha Brahma is, if at all there is a cause, that same Shuddha Brahma becomes Karan, a cause. And as a cause, it blesses Prakriti for it to come out into this created world. So that is what Bhagavan is saying over here, that this eightfold Prakriti is a lower, and Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat Param. It is my higher Prakriti. Why is Bhagavan teaching this or mentioning this? Remember, this chapter, Bhagavan started out by saying, Jnanam Teham Savijnanam Vakshyami Aham Asheshataha. That I'm going to give you knowledge and I'm going to give you, along with knowledge, wisdom. So Bhagavan gave this knowledge. The highest is the support. And this support now has this eightfold created Prakriti, which is what I talked about yesterday as a projection. I talked about Brahman as if it is a cause, because when we make something, there is an instrumental cause, material cause, and an intelligent cause. So Brahman is the intelligent cause. He says, let me create. But then he requires the material. So yesterday I said, where does Brahman go shopping for? So Brahman doesn't have a Home Depot. So Brahman has to create from one's own self. So from him, he projects. Creation is a projection according to Hinduism. It is not absolute. It is, creation is a projection. Vivartavad in Advaita Vedanta. It is not Parinamavad. It is not like milk becoming yogurt. When milk becomes yogurt, then yogurt cannot go back to being milk, and milk is permanently transformed. So if, like milk becoming yogurt, if Brahman becomes the created world, then the absolute nature of Brahman is lost. So that is unacceptable. Absolute means it is changeless. I know for some people this may be little difficult philosophy. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. It requires some amount of thinking. So Bhagavan wants Arjuna to get to Vijnana. From this created world, how do I see Brahman in created world? That is why Bhagavan now separates the lower creation and then the higher as absolute. Now, with that understanding, we continue with the next shloka. Etad yonini bhutani sarvani tyupadharaya aham krutznasya jagataha prabhava pralayastatha. So when Bhagavan says etad yonini, etad yonini, Bhagavan's what is meant by etad is these. What these? These two, the lower and the higher. This, etad yonini bhutani, he is referring to the lower prakriti. Huh? This lower prakriti, sarvani upadharaya. Bhagavan is saying, all this womb of creation etad yonini bhutani, of all beings which have come about, sarvani, all beings included, upadharaya, you come to understand, aham krutsnasya jagataha, I am krutsnasya, the entirety of this jagata. Bhagavan says, prabhava pralayastata. This entire cosmic world, the manifestation of this world, and then the unfolding of this world. Prabhava and Pralaya. Prabhava and Pralaya of this entire universe, including all the beings inside, in it, within it, I am the upholder of it. I am the upholder of it. From this, we understand that this absolute one, this absolute Satchidananda Swarup, this conscious principle is the intelligent principle behind the entire cyclic cycle of creation, which is jada, which is inert. The inert has an inbuilt mechanism, so to speak, to express itself. And that inbuilt mechanism is what Bhagavan says, I uphold it. The arrival of the fall, the departure of the summer. The departure of the summer is replaced by the arrival of the fall. And then there will be departure of the fall only to be replaced by the arrival of the winter. And this continuous departure and arrival, departure and arrival, it is an intelligent process. And that intelligence comes from the inbuilt intelligence in this eightfold creation, etad yonini bhutani, of all these beings that in the Ashtada Prakriti, Bhagavan says, aham krutsnasya jagataha, I uphold it. We don't see Bhagavan's hands holding us. But other than him, what runs this fantastic factory of cells? The nephron knows exactly what to do. The neuron knows what to do. The heart cell knows what to do. The liver cell knows what to do. And we don't know where this intelligence comes from. Somebody can drink themselves to death, and that liver, poor liver, works overtime to keep up with that person's drinking. And still gives this drunkard so many years. Finally, this liver says, enough. The smoker, how much the poor lung adjusts itself to accommodate the suffocation. And yet it functions. Some people go on for 30, 40 years of smoking. Wonder of wonder that they are still walking around. How much you imagine the intelligent principle must be that it accommodates beyond the scale of normalcy. And we ask, is there a God? Where is God? Other than this divine principle who does all these things. In any field of science, we call it science because it has the ability to predict. If we could not predict the behavior, we cannot call it science. Whether it be chemistry, it be physics, engineering, law, whatever it is, the predictability nature comes from this divine consciousness. We have universities everywhere. People go and study science. If science were continuously changing, if the formulas themselves were changing, we cannot call it intelligent. It would not be a cosmos, it would be a chaos. So this Prabhava and Prabhava and Pralaya, it is a very systematic wave which goes on at a grand scale at the level of creation and at a very small microcosm scale at the level of the body. And imagine the life cycle of a fruit fly, you know. In 36 hours, the whole cycle the fruit fly has gone through, over. In that rotting banana skin, by the time that banana skin disintegrates, 6 generations of fruit flies have come and gone. What a So even though Bhagavan separates Shuddha Brahma, Karya Brahma, and Karana Brahma, even though the absolute, the cause, and the effect, he separates all of them, yet he ever remains the same. Even in and through all these effects, he does not change. That is what he's trying to say over here, that I ever upheld. I uphold this creation in its cycle, but I ever remain away from it. Yet I am within it, and yet I'm away from it. Away from it because he doesn't change when the things are changing. In it because other than him, who will be the cause of the change? This is what we have to understand from this shloka, how divine this created world is. You guys are so blessed over here. You can just look at a few hour drive into the mountains and you see the Ashtadha Prakriti in its best form. Each one has its own, a tree, a bear, a lynx, whatever it may be, just the river flowing. It's a live pranic Shakti of Mother Earth flowing. These are the nadis of Mother Earth that keeps the whole planet together. And other than him, who else is here? He's in and through everything, yet he's far away from everything. That is what is mentioned over here in this beautiful shloka. in shlokas number 6 and 7, I am the source of all. Other than me, where can it come? So he is the cause. But he's not the cause which completely modifies, like milk turning into yogurt. That's not how he is. He's a cause which ever remains apart, and yet in and through everything. And that is why we say in Hinduism, creation is an appearance, just like dream is an appearance in us. But we realize it's a dream. So when we wake up to Bhagavan, we realize this majestic dream over here. Shloka number 7. Mattav parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. So, hey Dhananjaya, Arjuna, Bhagavan is saying, Matta parataram na kinchit asti. He's saying, other than me, greater than me, higher than me, other than me, there is nothing. This is why Bhagavan said in the second shloka that knowing me, you would know everything. Because there is nothing greater than me. Yesterday I mentioned, in science, there's so much to know. We've just scratched the surface in all fields of learning. But the culmination in spirituality is once we know he who is the upholder of multitudes of worlds, greater than him. Mai, in me, sarvavidam protam sutre maniganaya. I'm wearing this necklace. It's a Rudraksha mala. And all these beads you are seeing all strung together. But what you don't see is the thread which is holding them. The minute the thread is cut, puchung, it falls, and all the Rudrakshas will go in different direction. This beautiful necklace which is seen, what is not seen over here is a thread which upholds. So in the Ashtata Prakriti, in the eightfold creation of five great elements, Mana, Buddhi, and Ahankar, what we do not see is the spark of consciousness which holds it together. Mai sarvamidam bhotam. Everything is as though strung, just like beads are strung in this thread, and the thread becomes invisible. Only the seeds are seen, only the beads are seen. So everything in this creation is a unique bead. And each one of these unique beads, the world of matter, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, anything that we see, everything is upheld by this unseen thread. That is what Bhagavan is saying, that yat wherever there exists yat karyam asti, tasmin eva karanam asti. If there is an effect, then there has to be a cause. And this effect is nothing but a cause in a different form. And this, for every effect, the cause precedes the effect. So if we see this created world as an effect, there has to be a cause. So when Bhagavan says that in me, in me, everything is upheld, Mai sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaiva, what he's saying is, I am the cause. This is where he says, I am. If at all there is a cause of this universe, I am the cause. That's why I said that one is pure absolute consciousness, and then there is a cause consciousness, and that cause consciousness is I refer to as none other than Karan Brahma. And that Karan Brahma now takes a new name. It is called Prakriti. And this Prakriti now does this dance. Prabhava, Pralaya. Prabhava, Pralaya. When it goes into Pralaya, she becomes unmanifest cause. For the next creative cycle, in due time she comes out. But the catalyst is I am the unseen thread because of which this dance is happening in each one of us, individually and in the grand scale of this. So, so many examples. We say clay and pot and gold and ornament. Vedanta goes into explaining. I don't have that much time in this yajna to go through explaining when Sutre Manigana Iva. Now, how is this creation there? How is this coming about? So, that is where we have to really study Vedanta. There is Atmabodh, Tattvabodh, Atmabodh, Viveka Chudamani, systematically how all this is happening on a grand uh, canvas of Viveka Chudamani. Shankaracharya ji explains all this. That's why it is called Prakarana Grantha, preliminary textbook, where we will be able to understand Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Brahma Sutra. This Prasthana Trayi, to study that, Prakarana Grantha study helps us because Bhagavan doesn't go into deep explanation over here. And Upanishads is even less explanation. So when we do a proper study of Vedanta, we will follow this. Now Bhagavan is saying, how are you going to do by darshan? From this shloka onwards, 8 onwards, this is Vijnana. Up to now, he gave Jnana. He separated them, what is Brahman. Now from this created world, how do I go back to Brahman? The uniqueness of this chapter is this Vijnana. And this Vijnana is actually Upasana. This is a practice. It's a fantastic practice. we will see these shlokas. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayoho pranavas sarvavedeshu shabdakhe paurusham nrushu. So Bhagavan is telling Arjuna that, look, I am this invisible thread in this necklace, beautiful necklace of creation. Sutre Maniganaiva. In this, and there is actually, this word sutra, I just don't have time, but it is called Sutratma. And there is an Adhikarana in Brahma Sutra about what is the Sutratma. This is actually a very big topic, this last shloka. It is not ordinary. It's very deep. So Bhagwan now just skims over all of this thing, and now he says, okay, leaving all this aside, how do you see this world? I'm in it, yet I'm far away from it. I'm far away if I'm not in your drashti or thought. And I'm right here if I'm present in your drashti and your thought. The distance between me and Bhagavan is a notional distance. If I feel that I don't know Bhagavan, Bhagavan is very far. But if I have that devotion for Bhagavan, Rama, you don't have to go to India. Anyway, Bhagavan is right here. Rama exists in my thought. At the end of Ramcharitmanas, Siddhasji says, Swanta Sukhaya Raghunatha Kirtana. For my own sake of capturing my Rama in my thoughts, I have composed this poetry so he would never escape me. He Ramcharitmanas for himself. My mind. Ramasya Charitra Mama Hridaya Kamale, in my own heart it plays out. That is the Ramcharitmanas. And that is a drashti. It is a vision. And that is Vijnana. That is Vijnana. During Ram Navami, we can do a Akhand Parayanam of Ramcharitmanas. But actual Parayanam is Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. That is it. It should play in my mind. So how is Bhagavan to play in our mind? We have to play tricks with our mind to see Bhagavan. That is Vijnana. So Bhagavan now says, Rasaha aham apsu he konteya. Right here, this glass has water. When we look at this water, we feel for this water. So particular about water. I give myself just less than a bucket to take bath. I don't like to see water go down drain. Little amount of tap I open, finish my brushing, just enough to cleanse myself. Doing dishes, I see people come in the ashram and everybody in the ashram knows Swamiji does not, like I said, if I see the tap running, I'm like, go, go. They are fearful of turning even the tap on in front of me. Because we do, apohishta, mayoga, sthana, urje, dadatana, all these mantras, and then we don't care about water. This is liquid Brahman right here. And if I think this is liquid Brahman, then I have to treat it like it. I brought enough clothes, I'll take them and I do my own proper washing with less water. These things don't get very dirty. And there's no point in putting a full cycle and washing and all those things. In the muddy style, I wash and I line dry it and was done. That is because I have cultivated this relationship with water. And whenever I look at it, I think of this Rasoham Apsukonteya. I see Bhagavan Krishna dissolved over here. That H2O is Bhagavan himself. Covalent bonding, the hydrogen bonding, and how the whole thing is put together. One is a field of chemistry, science. But to bring that science into my living is spirituality. Vijnana. To transform ourselves in our day-to-day living is Vijnana when we change our habits. Not because we get city notices that preserve water, so much heat is there. In San Antonio, we have water shortage. So much, we had 5 months of triple digit temperatures. Once a week, we are allowed to water the lawn. And I have a well. I can use as much water as I want. The city is not going to tell me anything. But just because I have a well, that doesn't mean I can abuse the well. So this understanding, without city telling me, that transformation is Vijnana. And Balvihar children also pick up. I said, you flush and you wait over there, you make sure that the flush stops and somebody flushes and goes away and then it just stays on continuously. You lose so much water. I said, I'll empty the whole well. I have a well over here. So just this one, Raso Hamapsu Konteya. My day starts with just Agamarshana Suktam from Mahanarayana Upanishad. And then uh, even Punya Vachanam when we do of Kalasha Sthapana and the mantras used over there. What power of Varuna Devata is there? It is only there because Bhagavan says so. No Hindu ritual is done without a Kalasha Sthapana. And what is in the Kalash? Is water. The most important fruit in puja, Shri Phalam. What is in there? Water, Amrita. It is this water which is charged with energy and then poured onto a granite murti, and we do prana pratishtha with all organic dravyas. Honey is considered to be the most important dravya. Imagine all honeybees. They're all sisters and they're all born out of this one queen. And they all have only one thought. We are working for our queen. They will go from flower to flower to flower to flower. And there is only one kamana. I'm going to offer this to my queen. Imagine the whole hive. There is one desire. Serve the queen. Serve the queen. With 1,000 jivas, so much flying, flower to flower to flower, not one crooked desire. That is why honey is considered to be the most important dravya in puja. It is organic matter created by living beings who have no other desire, one desire, serve the queen. Without honey, no pratishtha is possible. Because the Chetana Shakti of hundreds and thousands of living beings is poured over there. Even this 1 spoon of honey we take, here is a mixture with haldi in it. Thought process should be, what Chetana Shakti has created this honey. When we think about just a bottle of honey in that way, and we imagine not one wrong desire of the whole hive. Each worker is only serving the queen. Powerful message. In our society, we are not capable of producing that. You know? Imagine the power of that honey, power of that water. Then we are transformed. This is called Vijnana. Prabha aham asmi shashi suryayoho. While going, we will see Chandra Bhagwan is right there on top of us. Yesterday, he was right next to Jupiter. While coming, we saw the rise of Venus. And I'm looking at all these. And the light actually is the light of Sun Bhagwan. That's it. It's reflected. It's going from Sun all the way to Jupiter, coming back from Jupiter all the way back to Earth. And that is what we are seeing. When we mentally think about it, what is the power of this light to do what it does? The reflected light is what we are seeing. It has taken so many minutes to travel to Jupiter and so many minutes to travel back to Earth. It passed the Earth and it's coming back to Earth. What a wonder of wonder. When we think about it, what does my eye see? When we look at it, we realize it's the play of Brahman. Without him, this is not possible. In this light, of Surya Bhagwan and the light of Chandra Bhagwan. I am the Prabha. Karshena Bhati. Very well it shines. That shine is me. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. Today morning in the Upanishad class, before I started, I chanted all Shanti mantras of 4 different Vedas. And I was just mentally going through each one of these Shanti mantras. The essence is Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. Even O terminates into silence, presence, awareness, which awares even the absence of sound. That is known. Shabda K, the sound in the space. Paurusham Nrushu, the ability in a man and a woman to do what they do. Please don't literally take this as a man, virility, the ability in a man and a woman to be who they are. Nrushu, it is taken in man, this paurusham, the ability to express the valor. The same thing is there in women as well. So, in this, we see the power of Brahman. Even though Brahman is not seen, yet it is our mind in seeing this is actually the eye of the mind is doing darshan of Brahman. That is called Vijnana. How we leave our slippers up there, how we fold our clothes, because everything has Brahman. Each one of this sutra, each one of these threads held together as this pata, everything is Bhagavan. This chair, walls. But it is only Bhagavan in our Chetana Shakti. It is the principle of existence. But here is this conscious being that superimposes the understanding that it is none other than Karan and Karya Brahma. That understanding is Vijnana. This Bhagavan is giving to Arjuna. He says, I'm here, see. See me, don't get dejected, don't get sad. I'm right here, I'm right here. I'm right here. Punyo Gandhav Pruthivyam Cha Tejaschasmi Vibhavasau Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu. So Pruthivyam Aham Punyo Gandha. I have so many jasmine flowers and hibiscus and Nandi Vardhanam, Govardhanam, so many different flowers I pluck for puja. And these jasmines, if I don't pluck, the heat of Texas will kill it within 2 hours. So I pluck them and nicely wrap them in a wet cloth and put them in fridge. And then I make garlands. And as I'm making garland, the fragrance wonder of wonder how a little plant can produce a tiny little white flower and the fragrance can fill the whole hall. It's still mind boggling to me. Every day when I'm watering, when I water them in the evening, again, it is the same liquid Krishna that goes in the pot. And I chant so many different mantras. I just exercise my mind to keep myself healthy with all the Vedic chanting and everything. Different. I keep continuously chanting. And it's wonder how cow dung and this water produces this amazing fragrance. Boggling where it comes from. Christian Dior has this Jasmine des Angus $500 bottle. I buy it for my Shardamba, because in winter I don't have flowers, so I spray this. I said, Amma, this is this Divya Gandha I'm giving you. Christian Dior's Jasmine des Angus, because I don't have jasmine in my, they're all dormant right now. And I was reading up on, how they, for one bottle of that jasmine fragrance, 45 tons of flowers are required. And they employ so many people in the south of France to grow our malli. And so many people, they have to water, so many have to pluck, hand pluck. Oh, you cannot have machine to pluck like, they do with corn and wheat and rice. And they pluck these and they have to distill them. And this fragrance, it is very expensive, $500, just this much bottle, but it is well worth it. In winter months, my Shardamba has amazing Divya Gandha Prithivya captured in a bottle. This, it is wonder of wonder how Bhagavan enters a flower as fragrance. And we just go to Kanchipuram, bargain with that lady with some, garland of malli, and we take it and we give it to the priest, and the priest throws it, and that what a tapascharya of that one malli, and how it just hangs off of Rajarajesh. Just beautiful. In India, you will see ladies wearing jasmine in hair. And whenever I see, I always think of, every woman wearing that. I think of Rajarajeshwari in Manidvipam wearing this beautiful garment. We have to mentally transform our drashti, otherwise we will be where we are. We will get caught up in the intellectual gymnastics. Transformation. We have to go beyond the words written on some pages. That is called Vijnana. Looking at some woman, we should be able to think of Devi in Manidvipa. That is a transformation. Having where instead of Kamana, what is ignited is the hands of Brahman in it. Tejas Jasmi Vibhavaso. The stage of brilliance in this Agni, Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. No, just today I was talking to Amma, how do we tell children about being vegetarian and whatnot? And people have their own ways of living and lifestyle. How do we appreciate life? How do we regard it? Over here, I am the very Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. That chicken, it also wants to live. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Because we love ourselves, we love everything. And the most thing, which is the most dear thing to us, is our life. Even if Yama walks in over here and goes, come on, I have to take, we'll be like, Hare, time aa gaya. With that Jivanam, the desire to live is there in everywhere, all jivas. And when we understand Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu and the life principle, then even that plucking the flower, it hurts. But then I realize that if I don't pluck it, the heat is going to kill it. At least in the AC temple, this flower will be on her for a few more hours. And I extend the life of even a little flower. So we have to feel for the universe, to feel for Bhagavan, to realize and know Bhagavan. Tapaschasmi tapasvisu. And the ability to forbear is the quality in the ascetic and everybody. Somebody who goes on January 1st makes a New Year's resolution, I'm going to diet. And they keep that all the way up to December 31st. That is, we have to salute that tapas. Otherwise, most by January 3rd, the resolution is gone. They say that average New Year's resolution lasts for 3 days. That's what the survey says. But if somebody keeps it up to December 31st, we have to salute them. That's tapas. More we will see tomorrow. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Have any Aarti sponsors? If not, then the ones who were not able to do Aarti yesterday, please come first.
Vandana, Gora, and Ajit Gora are going to be